Central Bank of Nigeria directed recapitalization for banks, Proshare is sharing their assessment of Tier 1 banks in the country for the 4th year. Their findings shows that banks have so far collectively raised over 13 trillion naira in fresh equity capital.
More Nigerian banks should optimize their balance sheet by venturing into markets beyond Nigeria as they expand their customer bases and diversify their market risk. Tier 1 banks must be noted for their economic contributions as much as their balance sheet. Late last year and early this year, the research team at Proshare sat down and put together a review of GDP and under the economy with which banks operate. We were happy to conclude that we could break down the Nigerian economy into 14 economies. The 14 sub-economies will determine how the GDP flow will be.
Some of the points shared in the opening speech are elaborated by a panel made up of bankers and economists. The conversation begins with understanding how the huge numbers on the bank's books can be used to realize improved economic activities.
Our banks are very good in strategy, and they invest in it anyway. So I don't, therefore, have any issue with banks making profits. But then that must be balanced with how we connect what they do with the rest of the economy, especially the real sector. And that is where I think they should pay more attention. Capital is good, yes, they become bigger, and they have more muscle to finance transactions. But let them focus more on where the problems are.
And the future is hinged on technology.
What we will see in the next 10 years in the banking sector, digitalization will separate the whole core activity. But my concern is whether central bank, as we know it of today, is going to be at speed with what is going on in the market.
Banks may take 4 weeks to disburse on that same particular loan, trying to study your behavior, look at all the C's of credit. But if technology can be improved on and can look at your pattern, spending pattern, look at your credibility, get details about you, and pull that down, give a scoring, and they begin to improve on it. So that is helping them to even go into credit faster than even the commercial bank.
From the perspective of Proshare and conversations here, the Tier 1 banks are getting bigger, braver and dominant, but they need to connect with the real economy for impact.